called T, which is an app for women on dating apps to warn each other of predatory men that may be a risk to their safety. Now, I'm trending on there currently, and the ratings go as following. Someone posted, hey, this guy dated my friend, and he's a piece of shit, a drug addict that idolizes other drug addicts, and he's a bad person. And a bunch of other people commented saying he's anti-Semitic and he thinks he can say whatever he wants because he's autistic. And he's fuck this guy. He's a piece of shit. A lot of people hate me. Didn't realize that, but it's nice knowing. Now, for comparison, there's a bunch of other guys on this app, and they're getting reviews like, hey, this guy roofied people, and this guy beats women, and this guy stalked me. I didn't get any of that. All I got was this guy's an asshole, and he says offensive things. Also, they said I'm not funny, which is the most hurtful part of all. And, I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, but their opinion's wrong because I'm hilarious. And if you look at my stats, it's 80% men. I guess my comedy's not really for women. But it's clear that there's a sense of superiority because the app is designed to protect women from bad people, right? Like, this guy tried to stab me. Don't date him. Fair? That wasn't said about me. What they said was this guy's a bad person, but I know who all of them are, and we dated for a little bit, and what happened was I thought I liked them, and then I got to know them, and then I realized they kind of suck, and then I was like, yeah, bye, goodbye, and that's what hit them. That's what is the most hurtful thing, because there's women that stay in relationships with guys that literally beat them. I've never done that. And there's plenty of people talking about me, and none of them are saying that. To where they would rather have someone fuck them up than just decide that they don't care about them. And that's an interesting note about human psychology. That women would rather be abused than discarded. Because I have discarded these women. I will admit that. I have been like, nah, not for me. And just backed off and up and left. And that is what makes me a huge piece of shit, in their words. And that's fascinating because it reflects on them about how they have not been able to improve themselves. Because I have not been drinking for the last couple of years. I'm drunk now. But I have not been drinking for the last couple of years. And I have refused to associate with women who are drinking. And that was a great choice because women who drink, or anyone who drinks, is just likely to start some problems that are unnecessary. And that's no blame to any person, but rather to the alcohol. And for the most part, they would rather go through the tumult and turmoil of the back and forth than the absolute of the realization of separation and just being like, I'm done. That is the most hurtful thing to them. And that's so crazy to me because I know chicks who've been in abusive relationships where the guys like hit him in the head with the fist or a weapon, and then they stayed with them. Whereas I've been just ready to dissociate from the situation and be like, you know what? You're being crazy. I'm out. Have fun with that. Peace. And the lack of care, the lack of caring for the resolution in terms of a future rehabilitation, that's the most hurtful thing to them. The most hurtful thing to women is you not caring. And now I'm an asshole for that. There's really no winning, guys. There's no winning when you're dating women. It's unless you decide to marry them and be their everything and accept whatever they say as factual and be like, basically being a beta cuck is the only way to not be an asshole. And they wanna shut you down for being your own man, while at the same time that's what they're attracted to in the first place. And like my ex-girlfriend's friend posted on this app that I bullied her into making an OnlyFans. First of all, she never made an OnlyFans. If I was gonna bully someone into making all of it, they would have done it. What I said was, you should wear a burqa and show your ankles on OnlyFans, which is objectively hilarious. And then she went on to say I'm a psycho and not a good person, and which is, depending on your perspective, arguably true. And then people started commenting, yeah, I went on a date with him, and he was being openly anti-Semitic and asking the Jewish question. Hilarious. And that he thinks he can say whatever he wants because he's autistic. Hilarious. And then just a bunch of people like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him. I hate that guy. But nothing, no reason why. Because the reason why is because I didn't want them back. Because they sucked. When I start talking to a girl, I think they're awesome and they're perfect. And then you get to know them better and you realize there's nothing going on and they're not good people. But they still get to have their opinions, you know? So, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to just be celibate? Then how are you supposed to meet the one? If you want to meet the one, you gotta go through a ton. If you want to get the best pizza in New York City, you got to try all the pizza shops. If you only try one and you say that's the best, then you're ignorant to the statistics of the data. And then a bunch of them said, he's not funny. That's a goddamn shame that you can't appreciate the ingenuity of the humorous constructs I propose. And I guess it makes sense. Women aren't exactly my target audience. They're about 17%, as the data shows. And it's just unavoidable. Just being hated on by the way, not just people that saw me out and like, yeah, that guy looks like he sucks, but chicks that were like, yeah, basically like, yeah, I fucked him, and it turns out he was an asshole. That whole time, I was sober. They were sober. One chick that I identified that was calling me a piece of shit, she hates me because I kicked her out of my house because she showed up